Hey guys, and welcome back to HR Talks with Lish. I hope you're all doing well. It has been a while, hasn't it, since I've done a sit down video, but I will be explaining where I've been and what I've been up to in future videos, as I do think it will be very beneficial to some of you, hopefully. But today we are talking about CVs, everything to do with CVs. And I want to talk to you about 3 things that you're probably not doing on your CV that you need to start incorporating now if you're applying for jobs towards the end of the year or for the start of 2024. So tip number 1, you need to be incorporating the company culture and the language of the company culture into your CV. So Alicia, what do you mean by that? Well, what I mean by that is the language of the companies that you're applying for the positions that you're applying for, you should be writing your CV and tailoring it to fit the needs of that. So whether that be you looking at the strategy of the company, the mission statement, or just understanding what the company values are, if you can incorporate a bit of that in some way into your CV, I'm telling you now, you're going to be way ahead of other applicants because it's different, and not a lot of people think about doing that. We always think about tailoring our CV to fit the job description, which is a must. We need to tailor our CV to fit the job description because the skills that they're looking for, you need to ensure that the skills that you have match with that, and you're including and incorporating the right skills within your CV so that you can hopefully land that job that you're trying to apply to. So that's a no-brainer. That has to be done, tailoring your CV to fit the job description. But job descriptions don't always have messaging from the company culture on it. It doesn't always include the strategy or the mission statement or the values. So if you go onto the website and have a look at what the company is all about and then weave that into your CV, then you're definitely going to be a step ahead. Now, I'm going to give you an example of how I've actually worked with a client to do this, because I am now offering CV review and writing services. So if you are interested, then you can click the link in the description and you can book in a session with me. But I will go into a bit more detail about that towards the end of the video. But with my client that I had a few weeks ago, she came to me with her CV and she was like, Alicia, please can you rewrite this for me? And I had a one-on-one consultation call with her. And what I could see was she was applying for a HR graduate role at Jaguar Land Rover. Now, the CV that she had given to me, when we were looking through it together, I could see that it wasn't really tailored to the company culture and language. So I said, let's have a look at the Jaguar Land Rover website and let's see what their strategy is currently. So as soon as I've gone on the page, straight away, I'm seeing their reimagined strategy, right? And I'm like, okay, so this is the type of strategy that they are now implementing from now in for the next 5 years. So this is the wording around the reimagined strategy is what we're going to weave into your CV. So that's what I told her. So I asked her, what things have you done in your previous experiences where you've had to reimagine something? Now, she was a HR intern before. She just started a HR internship at this point. And she already told me that she was speaking and discussing with her managers about changing and implementing new benefits so that the benefit system was more diverse. Now, if you think about it, that is reimagining things. That's trying to see things differently. In other words, change management, which is part of HR. So I said, okay, we're going to use the wording from the Jaguar Land Rover strategy, and we're going to reword your experience to kind of match the way that they are moving forward with their strategy. So even though you're going to be, you're going to be a HR graduate here, you're still going to be, contributing to the bottom line. So using this strategy within it is going to definitely make you stand out 100%. So that's exactly what we did. And she was able to get an interview with Jaguar Land Rover after submitting the new CV that I had rewritten for her after our consultation and everything. So this is to say that if you put in the language of the company into your CV, it will give a different flavor, I guess. It will just look different to other CVs because it's not going to be the standardized CVs that you see for certain jobs. It's going to be, I've looked at what you do in your company and I'm trying to see how I can match that. So that is number 1. That's the first piece of advice that I have for you when it comes to rewriting your CV. So my second point that I really need you to concentrate on, okay? Because I've seen so many CVs that have not utilized this section properly. And I'm talking about the professional summary section, or the personal profile section, or the personal summary, because there's so many different names for it. But you know that section just below your contact details? That section is so important. And what I'm seeing a lot of is we're just using the same cliche terms. Everybody's using the same cliche terms. I'm a hardworking and driven individual who has great customer service skills, and a willingness to learn. You know, these are the terms that I'm seeing, right, in the personal summary at the top of the CV, which we need to stop with all of that. That needs to stop right now. Going into 2024, especially, we've got to stop that. We need to be more original. We need to think about, if you were to speak to somebody in, let's say, 20 seconds, can you sum up who you are? That's what I want to be seeing on the personal summary of your CV. That's what I need to see. That elevator pitch. And this is something that it does take a bit of time to think about, because it is very difficult to kind of describe yourself based on the job that you're applying for as well. Because remember, you do also need to tailor your CV to that. It is very hard to describe and think about yourself in that context, which is why I do see why a lot of people just say you're hardworking and you're committed, because everybody, you know, can say that. And it's easy to say, but we really need to think about what it is. What is your elevator pitch, and how are you going to have an elevator pitch which you can tailor to meet the needs of any job that you are trying to apply for? That is what we need to be doing. So my advice for this is do a skills assessment, have a brainstorm, and think about all of the different things that you are good at, that you're passionate about, things that you make an impact on, or that you'd like to make an impact on. And once you evaluate like yourself and do that self-assessment, then when you look at the job that you're applying for, you can try and understand, what skills do I have that match this job description? What skills do I have that really stand out that I should be saying in my personal profile for this job description? It's important that you're always thinking back to the job that you're applying to when you're thinking about your personal summary, and how it all correlates. So that I know with that there's kind of a lot to kind of deep dive into there, so I think I might do a separate video just explaining how you should write your personal summary for your CV, and give you a little bit of a framework to help you with that, because I really think it's important that you have something that stands out, because we all know that when a recruiter or hiring manager looks at a CV, they look at it for 7 seconds and then they throw it away if they don't like it. So in that 7 seconds, the first part of your CV is crucial. The first couple of sentences on your CV is crucial. So we need to make sure that it's powerful and it's screaming, this is who I am, okay? So this final point is for my peoples who they're trying to make a career change to HR. So you're in a different industry and you're trying to change to HR. What I would say to you is, do not see yourself as having no experience that makes sense for a HR role, because a lot of people that I've spoken to who are trying to change from one career to another don't believe that they have experience for HR, okay? So they'll look at their CV and be like, I don't even know where to start or where to begin or how to articulate myself, because I've not done HR before. So how does this even make any sense? Like, I don't know how I'm going to get a job in this sector. Stop right there if that's your thought process, because I can guarantee you that you do have the right experience needed to do a HR job. It's just not in the traditional sense of you've gone up a path where you've been in HR as an intern and you've gotten to business partner and now you want to move. You've just got a different type of experience, okay? This is when you need to think about your transferable skills. You have skills that in HR, you need to have those skills, okay? So my advice to you would be, get a job description of the job that you're actually trying to apply for and really highlight the skill sets involved in that. So there's a lot of skill sets around HR. Let's say, for example, you've got to be detail orientated. You need to be really good at decision making. You've got to execute on tasks, in certain set timeframes. You've got to be good at reporting, data analysis. even social media and the way that you market communications within HR is very important, right? So if you think about some of those skills and think about who you are and what you've done, and if you've done things in a different context, then you know, you need to just think about, okay, now how do I articulate that so it shows that I'm able to do the job. So a lot of the time when you think about it, in an interview, you're not going to be able to tell them about a time where you've worked within a team in a HR setting if you've not done HR. So what you do is you just explain how you worked as well as a team, or how you was able to execute a task, or how you was able to lead on a project in the work that you've done. And then at the end of that, then you'd say, and this is how this relates to HR, because I know that within HR you have to do X, Y, and Z, and this is the skills that I've obtained whilst I was working here at this place. Do you know what I'm saying? So we need to think about the fact that it doesn't matter what type of job that you've done before and you've never done HR, you are capable of doing HR. You need to believe that you're capable of doing HR. You need to have an assessment of those job descriptions that you're trying to apply for, and then you need to see, okay, what work have I done which emulates this? Now, if you're, finding it a bit difficult to do this when it comes to looking at your CV and you're kind of stuck and you're like, I don't know how to articulate my experiences, I just can't see it, then you can work with me, as I am offering CV writing and review sessions starting from today. So the day that this video has been published, you'll be able to book a free initial chat with me if you'd like, just to discuss the different services and which one would make sense for you. And then if you choose the review service or the writing service, each one of those services comes with a 1-hour consultation where I will sit with you on a Zoom call and we will go through your whole CV, and I'll ask you a series of questions to really understand what it is that you're trying to do here. Like, what job do you want to get? Understand more about your experiences, see if we can look at the job description together, and then we'll be able to have a look at how your experiences relate to that, and I can bring that out for you, and then I'll either be able to provide you with the feedback if you choose a review service, or I can rewrite the CV for you and you can have a brand new CV which you can use to apply for your desired job in the desired field that you're trying to go in. So if you are interested in my CV writing or review services, then please click the link in the description, book a free initial chat with me. Or if you just want to go straight in, if you already know that, yeah, I need a rewrite or I just want a review, you can book that service with me right now, and we can start working together and get you into a frame of mind which is going to help you to get your new job. So thank you so much for watching this video. I know I've been gone for so long, but I am back now. As I said, I'm going to share with you where I've been and what I've been up to, and some things that I've come to realization for me, because I've really just had some time to sit down and think about things. So I really enjoyed coming back and filming this video. Can't wait to see you again soon. I should be back next week. If I'm not, then that's not good. No, I'm gonna be back next week. So see you then.